Hey guys, Ryan here. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the QBZ and why I think it's such a good gun right now. It's one of the most versatile guns in all of Warzone, can be used as a long-range AR, a mid-range AMAX type of gun, and also as a sniper support. There's so many ways to build this gun. It has good kick, has good damage, and great mobility for an AR. If you guys want to see attachments, go down below in the description or the comments. That's where I'll have attachments. I will be talking about some in this video, but for the most part, all the builds will be down below. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, you don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe. But if you do, it really helps out the channel. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching. But let's get into it. So one of the main competitors in the long range is going to be the Krig. And as you can see on the chart, purple is going to be the QBZ and the Krig is going to be in orange. And up close and at long ranges, the QBZ will kill faster than the Krig. Now, this does not mean that the QBZ is better than the Krig as a long range AR. The Krig has a lot less recoil, it's a lot easier to control, and I would really recommend using the Krig if you're trying to use it in super long ranges. But if you're a more aggressive player, then I'd really recommend trying the QBZ, because the QBZ is really good between 25 and 75 meters, and you're going to find that you have great movement, great damage, and the recoil is so manageable at those ranges. Even beyond that, you can beam kids. Takes a little practice, takes a little getting used to, but it's really good. I'd really recommend giving it a try as a long range AR, but as I mentioned before, I think it's one of the most versatile guns in all of Warzone. And the reason I think that is because as a long range AR, I believe it competes with the Krig. And as a sniper support, I'm not saying it's S tier, I think there are maybe slightly better guns, but as a pure sniper support, I believe it's A tier, maybe even at the bottom of the S tier. And so that means I would rate it like an 8 out of 10, maybe like an 8.5 out of 10 as a sniper support. And as a mid-range AR built with the Raider pad, I would even rate it as even higher. Because the main thing is when you're running as a sniper support, the raw time to kill can't compete with the best SMGs. But if you hit 1 or 2 headshots, the time to kill looks a lot more comparable. But the main thing you have is the Raider pad stock. The Raider pad stock on the mid-range and the close-range build that you'd use for sniper support allows you to have movement speed while aimed down sight that is unmatched by any other assault rifle in the entire game. When they went back and nerfed a lot of the strafe speeds for ARs, they didn't really touch the QBZ. They did a little bit, but it is by far the best strafe speed AR in the entire game. I'm telling you, with the Raider pad, you can be able to use your movement to win so many gunfights up close. It is one of the best guns I have found for using movement and just basic strafing to kill people. That's why I think it's so good. If you are not that good at the crazy jump shots and all of that, I think the QBZ and that Raider pad is going to allow you to win so many gunfights by just strafing. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to do any fancy movement. You just have to strafe to the left and right, and you're going to see an insane bonus. If you do the fancy movement, it is just a massive bonus to have the strafe speed and the ADS time. I'm telling you guys, there's also another bug that Jay God talked about. If you run the 60 round fast mag on this gun, it for some reason is boosting your ADS time to insane rates. Whereas on almost every other gun, running the biggest fast mag really has a negative effect on your ADS time. For some reason on this gun, it allows it to just aim in faster. It doesn't really make sense. It's a bug. It's probably going to be changed in a week or two, and maybe then you'd want to run like the 45 round mag. But for now, running it with the 60 round fast mag is absolutely insane because of that ADS thing. I found that any of the way you build it, even if you don't have a Raider pad, it's absolutely dominant in whatever role you want to use it. And that's why I think it's such a good gun for people to use. Because I really believe in the idea that the more you use a gun, the better you become as a player, because it allows you to understand the gun better, allows you to understand how to use it in situations, and you get a better feel for the recoil. And you're going to spend less time thinking about how to hit your shots and just more time thinking about how to outplay your opponents while you hit the shots. And I think that feel thing and overall familiarity is really key. So if you ever pick up a new gun and you hear people really recommend it and it doesn't just vibe with you, maybe just give it a little bit more time. I'm not saying every gun is just going to click even if you give it time, but I do think that the vast majority of people don't give guns enough time, and they don't understand the advantages of getting really comfortable with a gun. if you get really comfortable with the recoil of the QBZ with that high of a damage, you're going to be able to absolutely destroy kids at almost any range, because as I said, the movement is so good up close. The movement allows you to destroy kids in the mid-range, and if you can handle the recoil on the long-range version, you can have a gun that is good in all ranges. I'm talking this gun can be used in super far ranges. You saw the damage chart. It can put out more damage than the Krig. So if you learn the recoil, it has capability to outpace some of the best guns in the entire game right now. Now, as a sniper support, I really want to break it down, because up close, a lot of guns beat it in raw time to kill. Even if you hit 1 or 2 headshots, you can actually have a very competitive time to kill. But the main strength of this gun as a sniper support is its damage in the mid-range, but it's also in the mobility. If you can really use the Raider Pad's mobility to beat and dodge 1 or 2 of the bullets, you can win almost any gunfight with 1 or 2 headshots and you having good movement. Not even insane movement, not even great movement, just good movement. If you just focus on actually moving while shooting and utilizing the innate movement speed that this attachment's going to give you, then you're going to notice yourself winning so many gunfights. One of my other favorite builds with this gun is more for resurgence, or if I'm playing really aggressive, and that's with kind of combining the long range build with the close range. You put a ranger pad with an axial 3 times, the agency suppressor, field agent grip, and you will just destroy with that 60 round fast mag, boosting your ADS and everything. The movement speed you're going to have, the recoil can be a little intense without the task force barrel, but it's not that bad. You can really destroy kids easy, especially in the mid range. The long range is going to be pretty difficult, I gotta be honest, but that's why I said it's more if you're playing really aggressive or if you're playing Rebirth, because it's more for when you're trying to focus on gunfights that are close to you. That build in particular. Now, the super long range version, guys, as I mentioned before, I'm not saying it's necessarily better than the Krig. I know I've kind of already gone over this, but I can't stress it enough. If you give it time to learn the recoil and get the overall feel of this gun, you're gonna notice the power of it. The damage is insane. It feels a little more powerful than the Krig. You're gonna feel like you just are able to beat kids in the mid-range and long range, just in 1v1 gunfights. But the only real issue it also has is the recoil can be a little hefty, and it's one of the only guns that has negative recoil after 9 bullets. And I know that's kind of confusing to a lot of people what that exactly means, but negative recoil is when the recoil actually starts to go down instead of keep going up or to the side. And it's weird. There's very few guns that have that in this game, and the QBZ is one, but that actually allows it to be a lot better at long range than you would think. Because if you get used to it and you get really used to the feel, that will allow you to keep spraying, because it happens after the 9th bullet. So that will allow you to keep spraying and constantly have your recoil pulled down for you without necessarily having to overcorrect on the joystick. It may take some getting used to and all of that, but it's something that's really there. I hope that if you guys try out the QBZ, you really enjoy it. Whatever way you use it, I hope that you enjoy the gun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, you don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe, but if you do, it really helps out the channel, and I appreciate all of the comments. I especially appreciate everyone who keeps coming back and commenting, and if you're new, thank you so much for taking the time to leave that comment. I hope you have a good day. It's been Ryan.